Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn subject history. Students, this is the third part of chapter number 7, Science and Technology. In the previous two classes, we have studied about the nuclear development and missile development made by India. Today, we are going to learn about the development towards technology and its uses in our daily life. So now, let us begin with it. First, we will see the use of modern technology in the field of communication. The telex service. The Ministry of Communications established a separate department of telecommunications. The Department of Telecommunications started these telex services in the year 1963 to transmit or to send typed messages from one part of the country to other part quickly or rapidly. Later on, in the year 1969, the telex service was also started in the Devanagari script in Delhi. Later on, this technology of Devanagari script spread all over the country and it was the only means of communication with the people before the invention of telephones. The Satellite Communication Center. A domestic satellite communication Earth Center was established at Jodhpur Tekra near the city of Ahmedabad in Gujarat. This Earth station was established in the year 1967 with the main objective to establish satellite communication with the help of artificial satellites. Due to the establishment of this Earth station, it made very easy to train new scientists and technicians in setting up and running up a Earth station within our country. Students, satellite communication is a method of transporting messages from one part of the other with the help of a artificial satellite which is been installed in the Earth's orbit. This artificial satellite uses radio waves to send information in the form of signal to the antennas. These antennas are connected with the communication device and these devices convert these signals into the information. Students, this artificial satellite communication technology is being used for the working of telephones, radio, mobile phones, internet, etc. In the year 1970, another center was established at RV near Pune in Maharashtra. This new communication center was equipped and was established for international telecommunication service. Through this center, it was possible to communicate with other people living in other countries outside India. The PIN code. Students, if you have purchased anything online, then you must be familiar with the PIN code. While filling up the address details, a separate column asking for our PIN code is there. But do you know what is a PIN code and how are the numbers in the PIN code being decided? Now, let us learn about it. The PIN code stands for Postal Index Number Code. It is a unique 6-digit number that is been allotted to every post office region. From 15th August 1972, the 6-digit PIN code system was started in India. This system was been introduced by the Post and Telegraph Department. The PIN code was intended to bring efficiency in distributing the letters, mails, etc. to each and every household. In this system, the whole country was divided in 9 different regions. There are 6 digits in the PIN code. From those 6 digits, the first digit of the PIN code indicates the region. The second digit indicates the sub-region and the third digit shows the main subburstment or the district of the particular area. The remaining 3 digits show the location of the local post office in the area. For our state Maharashtra, the first 2-digit numbers in the PIN code are 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44. Students, from this number, the digit 4 indicates the main region while the second digit indicates the sub-region or the major city of Maharashtra. With the help of the PIN code, it became very easy to identify the location or the region of a particular place. Later on, in the year 1986, the Speed Post Service was started to send postages rapidly or quickly in urgency. Students, nowadays, due to mobile phones and other advanced communication tools, maybe the postage services are not used quite often. But before the invention of mobile phones, a lot of people were connected or had the only means of communication through the postal services. Now, let us study about the modern communication tools and use of technology in them. We will begin with the International Subscriber Dialing Telephone Service or the ISD. Students, the International Subscriber Dialing or the ISD is a call which is made outside our country. That is, it is the international call which is done directly by the telephone user or the individual. Earlier time, when telephones were invented, it was only possible for people to communicate within our country. But with the ISD, it became possible to have communication with people outside our country as well. As a part of ISD, each country is being given with a ISD code. Before making any ISD call, the ISD code is to be entered. The ISD code of our country India is +91. Now, let us study more about the ISD. In the year 1972, the Overseas Communication Service was established in Mumbai. This service was established for the management of international telecommunication services. In the year 1976, the International Subscriber Dialed Telephone Service, that is the ISD calls, was started to connect Mumbai and London directly. This was the first ISD service that was started in India. Through this service, the cities of London and Mumbai were connected directly on telephone. Alongside the telephone services, Other services like the telex, the teleprinter, and the radio images were also started. All these different services provided a boost or gave better communication facilities to the people. Students, now let us study about some of the important network provider companies who has improved the level of communication and also boosted it. In the year 1986, the Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is the VSNL, took a big leap in this field. Before VSNL, the Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, that is MTNL, was a public sector company. It means it was a government company who was giving telephone services in the big cities of India. In the time period of 1990s, the Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited held the distinction of being the main service provider of internet in India. It means the first service provider to begin internet services in our country India was the VSNL. The work of Sam Pitroda in the field of providing internet services to the people of India is really significant. Sam Pitroda is an Indian telecom engineer and a inventor. He has worked as a personal advisor to our ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. To recognize his work in the field of telecommunication, he is also known as the father of India's computer and IT revolution. The work of Sam Pitroda towards the development of telecommunication services in India is commendable. Students, today there are many providers who provide us with mobile networks and internet connections. This is due to the development that India has made and the use of latest technology in the field of telecommunication. Students, now let us study about the most commonly used telecommunication device, that is our mobile phone. On 22nd August 1994, the mobile phone service was started in India. On this day, then Chief Minister of West Bengal, Jyoti Basu, made the first mobile phone call in India to Mr. Sukhram, who was the Union Telecom Minister. At that time, the cost of mobile handset was rupees 45,000 and above. It was the time when the mobile phones were newly available to the people in India. Later on, when the use of mobile phones became familiar, there was large demand for mobile phones and hence the price of mobile phones went on decreasing. Today, we can get unlimited data packs and calling packs at very reasonable rate. But at that time, the calling rate was rupees 17 per minute. It means if a mobile call was done for 1 minute, then 17 rupees of the total balance was charged. By the 1990s, many private companies came in this field. With the entry of many companies, mobile phone production began in India and thus the price of mobile phones increased. Also, with the entry of various private mobile network service providers, the rate of calling also decreased cheaply. In order to increase the number of subscribers or people, the network provider companies are providing various schemes at cheaper rate to its people. The Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited or the BSNL. In the year 2000, the telecommunication department was restructured. Many changes were made towards the services of providing better network and communication services to people. The responsibility to make new policies and take decisions was retained by the telecom department, and the BSNL, that is Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, was established. The BSNL was established to provide the services to its customers. In short, we can say that it was a new public sector, that is government owned network providing company. The BSNL started with the telephone service. Along with the telephone services, many other services were also made available to its customers. These services were the cellular phone, internet, and the broadband services. Now, let us study about the use of technology in other field. The Oil and Natural Gas Commission, that is the ONGC. Students, the ONGC is an Indian public sector multinational crude oil and gas company. It is under the administrative control of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas of the Government of India. The ONGC extracts and supplies the crude oil, natural gas and mineral oil. In the year 1956, the ONGC, that is the Oil and Natural Gas Commission, was established. This commission was established to search for the deposits of mineral oil and natural gas in our country. Also, it was the responsibility of the ONGC to increase their production within our country itself. Mineral oil deposits were found at Digboi in Assam. After this, other mineral oil deposits were also found in the Ankleshwar area in state of Gujarat. When the digging of new mineral oil deposits continued in the state of Gujarat, some new mineral oil and natural gas deposits were found in the Gulf of Kambat in Gujarat. Later on, in the year 1974, the Oil and Natural Gas Commission started digging an oil well in the Bombay High area. For the purpose of digging new oil wells, the help of Russian scientists was taken. Also, a drill ship called Sagar Samrat was used for the digging purpose. From the year 1975, mineral oil and natural gas began to be extracted from these areas. Later on, 8,500 new oil wells and 33 natural gas wells were dug eventually in this area. The whole area of Bombay High became a very important source of obtaining mineral oil and natural gas. This area began to contribute 38% of the total mineral oil production in our country and also met 14% of the total demand for crude oil in our country. Students, Now let us see the use of new and advanced technology in the railways. Students, you all know that the railway sector is one of the biggest sector in our country. Let us see how does the railway sector use advanced technology for its working. The technology that is adopted by the Indian Railways has a very big role in the history of modern India. In order to bring efficiency, accuracy, and proper coordination in the reservation system in railway, a computerized reservation system was started in Delhi. The first computerized railway system was started from the year 1984. With the use of computerized reservation system, all the reservation work was automatically done on computer, and thus it saved time and also provided proper accuracy and information to its people. In the same year, that is in 1984, the metro rail was also started in the city of Kolkata. The metro rail also makes use of modern and advanced technology. If we see today, a good network of metros and monorail are being operated in the major cities of our country. Students, E. Sridharan is famous by the nickname of Metro Man. His work regarding Delhi Metro and in the development of Konkan Railway is noteworthy. Now, let us collect a few information about the Konkan Railway. The Konkan Railway was started from the year 1998. There are several records of the use of advanced technology towards the bringing of the Konkan Railway. The Konkan Railway network stretches over the four states of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. The whole railway network covers a total distance of 760 kilometers. There are a total of 12 tunnels on this railway track. Among these tunnels, the longest tunnel is at Karbude, which is around 6.5 km in length. There are around 179 big bridges and 1819 small bridges on the railway track of the Konkan Railway. Among all these bridges, the longest bridge is on the river Saravati near Hunnar. The bridge is about 2065.8 meter long. The 64-meter tall bridge on river Panval near the city of Ratnagiri is the India's tallest bridge. For avoiding accidents on railway tracks that are prone to landslides, there are sensors fitted on the railway engines. All these sensors provide prior information about any landslide or any other kind of disturbance on the railway track. So students, in this way, India has been making progress in the field of science and technology. New inventions have been made every day. In this 21st century, India has emerged as an important nation which has always used technology for establishing peace in the world. India is making continuous efforts and all the advancements in order to be in the foremost or the important nation in the world who has done great advancements in this century in regards to use of new technology. Thank you.